General Andrews,
And the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs.
I think it's very easy. That's some good bops there too. Oh, we are so lucky to have these jams. All right, my good sir. I'm ready if you're ready.
All right. So let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'll give you the 3, 2, 1, go, and feel free to start on go.
Sounds good.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, so SpazeeMcgee is going to be showcasing this platformer that kind of brings together a combination of Contra and whatever the hell you can imagine, all right? So you see that beautiful crash in the background here. Now, what SpazeeMcgee is going to be doing is looking for quick ways to move through each section. You do not have to fight all the enemies just like in Contra. A lot of times you just have to get to the next segment, but then every now and then you have to fight a few enemies. Like right here, he's gonna have to fight these enemies to spawn this vehicle. That vehicle enemy destroys it, can move on. Smart to, ooh, didn't want to get knocked in that pit. It's an insta-death, Dreamers. Some pits in this game just do some damage. Other ones are insta-death pits. All right, made it to the elevator. This is probably one of the trickier climbs if you're trying to go fast, because you've got to make sure that your grappling hooks will touch onto some form of the wall, which he's doing perfectly right now. Ooh, what a beautiful double jump. All right, here's another sneaky gap, but he was ready. If you notice, when he uses his grappling hook, it actually adds a little bit of a float. It adds a little bit of a float. Oh, Tribute Games does a lot of great games. We actually gave away 2 of these titles yesterday as a part of one of our packages. And I'm really excited for those individuals to be able to play it. All right, Spazee's almost to the first boss here. This game has 4 difficulties, so if you think very easy is too easy, try it on the tougher ones. All right. He's gonna set himself up ahead of time for the boss. Then get a nice little quick smack in on Carla Schmidt. Get him a little, you know what I'm saying? All right, anyways, he's going for the head.
Oh, no, I got the bad one.
You got the bad RNG, though, folks. So the boss you preferably would want is to stay right there with you. Instead of, when it flies to that back zone out there, you just can't do any damage to it. It's got iframes and so far away. But great kill, regardless of that bad RNG. I think it's the first time on the Dream Races SpazeeMcgee's gotten the bad RNG on the first boss.
Yes, that is true.
That's all right, though. He's going to get the good RNG on the ship boss later, folks. You'll see. All right, so Spazee's actually been... Oh, that's the first time he... Okay, so last time he was doing a race with Lux, and he was doing all these, like, really tightrope walking kind of moves that were really good. Going nice and under the enemies here. All right, here's a mini-boss. Look at that target. Just wants to burn Spazee. Spazee's not down for getting burned. Look at him just smacking him on the face. He's gonna get nice and close. For some reason, he didn't get rewarded with the Power Fist. The Power Fist does more damage. And it's quicker than the whip as well. So whenever you're lucky enough for these boss fights, mini bosses or what have you, you want to be able to get close if the battle allows for it. All right, so Spazee took that top route. The top route goes a hair faster than if you stay with just the bottom route, because you get a force when the tree branch breaks off compared to waiting for it to break off. Okay, this is gonna be a dodge move. Excellent. It's kind of give you an idea of the mini boss that's coming up here. These enemies will take themselves out. Same thing here, they're just trying to explode. He doesn't have to worry too much about fighting them. All right, and on he moves. Aha! There it is. Now you see how he's getting those punches in there on the back end?
Ah!
When he gets nice, good recovery on that. All right, here's another tough climb. I was saying earlier the elevator is tough. This one can also be if you just get out of sync because you just start to fall for days. All right, great climbing by Spazzy there. Going up top, has to go even higher. There's the out route. The first time I played this game, I didn't know where the heck I was going. I think Spazzy and I both got lost. And it finally was like, oh, all the way up there. All right, he's taking advantage of iframes, so intentionally getting hurt on some sections and then going through using those iframes. Because now he's going to get ready for the real boss fight. Now, this boss can get really tricky because if you fall off the edge, it's an insta-death. So Balthazar Klein is inclined to mess up SpazeeMcgee's chances of going fast. But, you know, McGee Manchild is not going to stand for that. So there we go. Get some hits on the head here. That drill opens up into a big laser beam. All right, he's mashing. Almost dead. 2, 1. Nice. Got the quick kill, folks. So now you're going to see Spazzy's not going to go for the small time save.
I was messing it up earlier when I was practicing, so
Oh,
I was like, I don't want to risk it for the run. I was like, why am I missing this?
Because folks, if you miss
it perfectly,
when you get it, it saves you about a second. So when you're really going for the speed run, and pushing those times, you want that second. But on a marathon, for 1 second versus the fact that you have to do the whole entire boss fight over again, it's like, do I really want to mess it up if I'm not feeling good about my...
They're trying to redeem from last night.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was 1, maybe 2 hits away from glory.
That would have been nice. Yeah, it was literally, it was like a hit away.
All right, so this boss, the Theta Hydron, you actually want to use your gun here. The gun is actually going to be much more effective if you can line it up just right, like right there. See what Spazzy's doing? Perfect. And then for this boss segment right here, even better to take out the core. It's one of those times where you're thinking, oh, that's just a trap. It's just a setup. No, it's not. So mini boss down. All right, he gets himself a shield. He has to wait for the water level to start rising. That way it allows you to climb upward, but you can't climb too fast because the game just doesn't allow for it. Like right now, Spazzy can just climb all the way up the right side and make it to the final door. He knows where it is, but if the screen doesn't scroll there, the door is inaccessible. So he's got to wait for that doorway to be there. Now, you can take out these big old yellow robots that are shooting you, but they're only shooting you because they're holding on to compatriots that have the ability to fire anything. But you take them all out, and they just respawn eventually. So why put the extra effort in when you don't need to on very easy? He knows how to avoid them or take very little damage, which he's doing a superb job of right now. And just to make me look like I have a commentator's curse, he's like, here, I'll get hit just to show you, Jen. And that's fair. All right, he's got one more little nook to get past, and he can climb on out of here. And there it is. You see, the screen didn't even scroll all the way up, but the doorway was there. And so he was able to go ahead and transition on through. Just barely, a split second off of getting the boost through there. You notice how he got nice and close on that wall? Again, nice and close on the wall there, he was able to mash through it nice and quick. Look at that. He's going to grab the ability here if the enemy stops shooting him. Oh my God.
I needed it though to clear this boss quick.
All right, he's going to clear this boss nice and quick.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're laughing just like the enemy. That's not good.
Yeah, I can't do that.
My favorite part is like, let's fight, and then he goes across the room.
Yeah, let's fight. I'm gonna get you.
Folks, remember, these bosses are like lupus, and they are poopus, so that's why Spazzy has to take him out quickly. Take that, Lupus Bird. Look at that, gone. And that's thanks to your generosity and your time hanging out here. But guess what, Lupus, the fight for Lupus is not over yet. Now we got a tiger lion version of it. And he almost got the quick kill, folks. He was a split second off of it. All right, nice back up kill. See, folks, with the more money, the more time, the more awareness, Lupus will get its butt kicked. Thank you, Spazzy. All right. That level is down. Chapter 4. So this level has got rip-roaring music. Spazzy's going to use the gun again because he just loves guns. If you haven't ever seen Spazzy before, folks, he plays retro games that involve these pea shooters. He plays Star Citizen where he puts guns on his ships. And now it's time for a mini-boss, Private Joshua Harris. So now, if you didn't know this, there was a guy that talked trash to Spazzy named Joshua Harris. So he gets a great deal of excitement and fulfillment taken out Joshua Harris in the game.
He shouldn't have bullied me in high school.
Exactly.
I showed him.
He showed him real good. Video game you versus video game him, no contest. All right, grabbing the electric boost. That does do additional damage, folks, if you didn't know that, for your weapon. Right now, though, he's just trying to time a quick kill. All right, like, this is more of like a tanky enemy. Oh, yes. Yes, Matt Black Studio, please. You got the pizza? Nice there, Zenny. I love that for you. What kind? All right, though, while we're figuring out what kind of pizza Zenny's having, what kind of pizza do you think that these Steel Assault enemies would have? Spazzy doesn't care. He's going to give him a whip full of electricity.
And just to let you all know, coming up here is actually a skip. I'm not going to perform it because it can crash the game, but it's really cool. It literally saves you about, I don't know, a good 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, I was going to say 30, 35 seconds. That sounds about right.
So it would be, here, let me get this last guy here. It would be right about there is when you would jump off.
Which is wild, folks. You jump off to your death, so to speak, but it somehow progresses the game forward quickly by skipping this entire dialogue cutscene. And here he goes, as if he had done the skip. All right. Now, this section's actually really sneaky. Right now, it doesn't seem like it. But as he gets moving, there is a bunch of insta-death gaps that the game perfectly has where it's like, oh, you feel like you can go fast? Well, hopefully you can say that we're going to have an enemy who's going to perfectly shoot the gap, like that guy right there. Climbing here. All right, good health grab. All right, enemies shooting to annoy Spazzy more than anything. And one time I was on a beautiful world record pace. I fell right before that ledge in the boss fight. I'll never forget it. Don't worry, though. Look at these kernels. Now, you want to go for the small lady first because she can fly away. So since she's staying nice and low, that allows Spazzy to go against Big Boy here, her fiance. And we know what happens. Look how mad he is. This would be like me. I'd get so mad. But then Spazzy would slap me across the face.
Jump like that.
That's the first jump. That was the first. Yeah, that's why he's so mad. You know? This game is awesome. All right, Magnus's dream, but it's not the dream stream. So Magnus, look at this nice setup here. This is actually a really good setup for these fights. Tough part is that, like, you want to get the kills as they're coming in. Otherwise, then it's not as fast as you want it to be. But if you notice, he's nice and close to the helicopter enemies, who seem to scream bloody murder when they die. Which I guess I would too.
That's like a split-second thing that if you can get it, it actually allows you to get closer to those hovering bosses versus having to jump up and hit them.
Yeah. All right, we're just getting a revisit here from Mecha Agni. This is Mecha Agni 2.0. Now, what we want to see here is a kill before he shoots these little pellets in the air. Wow. Spazzy got the quick kill. And there's tons of mini bosses, folks. You see that ship in the background? That's not for Spazzy. That's who Spazzy's about to chase.
It's for me to kill.
Now you heard it. Arnold McGee is about to take down an entire starship. Starting with its turrets. Stealing some of its goodies. He wanted electricity there, not the shield, but it is what it is.
The only thing that's electric is this run, baby.
Oh!
Had to do a little General Andrews cheese
I love
there.
it. He cheesed it up for me.
Oh,
all right, he wants to take down these turrets. This one's like one hit away from death.
I thought it was going to give it me.
There it is. All right, all right, all right. He's waiting for the enemies to scoot on screen here so he can take them out quickly and move on. So you take out the little turrets sometimes just to make it a little bit faster, but the main turret is what you have to take out. And when they shoot at you too, so they can stop you from being in the spot you want to be.
Oh, that's right. I don't need that one. I don't think. Yeah,
No, you don't need it. It's just a split second faster if it was taken out. All right, here we go. Here's the one that he's really going to want to make sure he's fast with. There it is. That was great. Look at that. All right, folks. This ship has no chance of hurting anyone ever again. And for some reason, the ship, I think, dropped him off at the boss. Like, it just felt bad. It's like, you know what? I couldn't beat you, so, you know, go collect from my boss on the insurance. And so that's what Spazzy's doing. Spazzy's about to make a claim.
Oh, that was clean.
See? A clean claim is what everyone hopes to have when they're dealing with insurance agents. Right, Knuckle Buster? It's a really good game. Current world record holder for this category is Lynn. How do I pronounce the last part? Lincarius? Lincarius? All right, final boss coming up, Dreamers. However, it's a multiple phase boss. It couldn't be a final boss without multiple phases, right? It's not a real platformer then. And that guy just committed, you know, whatever. He just jumped off and oh, he did. He jumped off into a machine. Just kidding. All right, let's see if Spazzy can get the quick kill here. It's a great pattern. This is like exactly what you want. Before he can attack again. Oh, he almost did. Final phase coming on up here.
About it.
When the screen flashes white, folks, protect your eyes. Exclamation point warning. But that means the boss will have been defeated. Magnus Pierce. Pierce his heart with your massive love for charity work, Spazzy. Look at this huge health bar. Stacks of health on health. Oh, it's almost over, Dreamers. Few more strikes, and that's it. 17:01. Ah!
There it is.
There it is. Dreamers' last chance to get in on this Berserk Boy giveaway. While this outro plays out and Spazzy talks about his next time that he is streaming.
Yeah. All right. So I will be live again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to be playing some Zelda 2, thanks to the vote of community members, including General Andrews.
Yeah.
He was extremely excited for me to play that one. But yeah, that's what we're going to be playing tomorrow for our retro day. Then we also stream on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Central Time, and we do both Borderlands playthrough and Star Citizen. But yeah, we won't be this weekend because we are going to be at PAX, and I'm going to be co-hosting General Andrews speedrun for Mega Man 2.
Almost. Mega Man 3.
I mean. One of those.
One
Yeah.
of them. Let's go. Let's go.
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me in front of the ghost. So this Mega Man 2, and they're gonna be like, no.
He's like, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 6 is so great. Like, he just keeps changing every time he says it. People are like, does he even know what Mega Man this is? Mega Man 48.
I start in detail just naming off other,
Robot
other
Masters
tricks
from
and other
everything.
games
Yeah.
in full detail. You're like, Spazzy, you remembered the wrong thing.
No! You memorized last year's. Well, thank you so much for being here. And will you be, you're doing GoTel later this month as well, right?
Yes, that is correct. We're going to be doing a later GoTel stream, probably 1 or 2 streams. I haven't fully set it up yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a way to reinvigorate some hype after all the hype of PAX.
Yeah.
So, really
Good call.
excited about it.
I love that. All right, folks, make sure to check out SpazeeMcgee. Chico Cat, can we get a shout out for good old Spazzy? And we're going to let him take off for the night. Thanks for being here, bud.
I'm going to go and destroy some spaceships.
Yeah. Look at that. The end.
Look at, there it is. All right. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Take care, bud. Awesome. Awesome. What can I say? That was awesome. Okay. Wow. Let me look over here. Are we ahead of schedule? Are we right on? We're right.